If you haven't heard, we are turning our Japanese Chinese BMW looking mini truck thing into the world's largest mini off-road wrecker tow truck thing that's not super mini because it's got 43-inch tires, but we call it the mini truck or the mini wrecker because it's a mini truck. Anyway.
Last week, this thing was sitting on a crew cab long bed Ford F-350 frame. So we chopped the frame, pulled the wheelbase in because it was way too long, did the whole rear suspension, built the headache rack, built a custom bed, and we promised you guys that we would finally pick a motor for what's going in here.
With the front of this mini truck looking like a Shih Tzu, you can see in the front, we don't have any room for a motor right here, so we have no choice but to go a little bit further back. This right here under the seat is the only place this motor is going to fit. We have a goal in this truck to all three brothers ride side by side in here, and that means that we can't have a motor sticking clear up here. So we have no choice but the motor to be down here.
The two most recommended motors for this thing in our comment section was the VW TDI diesel engine and the 4BT Cummins diesel engine.
After doing a little bit of research on the 4BT Cummins, we found out that motor is freaking tall. That is literally how low the oil pan would be sitting in this thing. Unless we want to run a caster on the bottom of that oil pan, it just wasn't going to work.
So after ruling out the 4BT, we started doing research on the Volkswagen TDI. So we messaged our buddy Nate with Dirt Lifestyle and asked him if that motor would have enough power to push this thing and tow a Jeep. And he said, and I quote, "Absolutely not, LOL. Those motors would be great for a lightweight rig, but this thing's gonna be pretty freaking heavy, and we gotta probably tow a 5,000-pound Jeep out of a trail."
So we're trying to find a motor that's wider than it is tall.
So like you, pretty much.
Pretty much like me and Brady.
Almost exactly a year ago, me and Caleb were here at the same spot, same time of year, same everything to pull the motors for his and my Jeep. And now we're back here a year later to get one more for the mini truck.
We freaking love this place. Every time we need anything, they always have it.
We walked around for about 5 minutes, found the perfect car that we need, and they already got it up on stands for us to pull the motor. I think we're getting the special treatment today.
This puppy is a 2006 Chevrolet Tahoe. The motor in this thing is a 5.3 liter Gen 4. The sick thing about that is it's got 799 heads and stronger connecting rods. I literally couldn't be more pumped that we found this thing. We gotta get this thing up in the air and try and get the blocks out from under it because we need it to sit on the ground so we can get to the top of the motor and start pulling the whole front end of this thing apart. Ooh. Ooh. Well, I just spent about 20 minutes going back and forth from the truck to get a sweet drone shot of this place. Got the drone all ready to go, got it up in the air. Forgot the SD, so you guys are gonna just have to live with on the ground footage. I need a freaking smack.
Yeah, what else is new?
Yeah.
Well, we got the whole front end apart. I'm working on just taking all the wiring off because we're doing a whole new harness, whole new ECU. Everything's new, so we just need the motor. We don't even need the trans. So we're gonna gut this thing, pull it out as quick as we can, because we've got tacos we want to get tonight. I don't know how Brady always gets out of doing this stuff with us. Stay in the climate-controlled shop, doing all the fun stuff. Me and Cabe are out pulling motors. I've had it.
I will say one thing though, when he finds out that this was the motor we were able to get for the mini truck, he is gonna be freaking pumped.
This guy came and asked if we needed help, and he's in a huge tractor that'll lift this thing up, and it's perfect timing. So he's gonna put this thing in the air. We'll take out the exhaust, all the bell housing bolts. It's puppy's almost ready to come out. This just got a whole lot harder. We had to deal with this four-wheel drive system pulling Caleb's motor out last year, and we had to pull the intake off. We had to mess with all this to get the oil pan up over this front diff because it's so low clearance. We've got the transmission and the transfer case to deal with. I think the best case is we pull the intake, pull the torque converter bolts out, pull the exhaust, and just try to suck the motor up out of here.
Given that we really only need the motor, we don't need anything else off this thing, I think that's probably the fastest way to do it. I hate having to pull these intakes off, like, especially when we're trying not to rebuild this motor. We're gonna get a bunch of leaves and, you know, cigarette butts and everything down into the cylinders.
Yeah, we gotta be careful, try to be clean and vacuum it out, because I don't want to have to open this motor up.
No, if it doesn't look good inside, I don't even want to know about it. I just want to run it. Oh, flip. Oh, that wants to come out.
That was way easier than yours.
Yeah.
We didn't have to cherry pick this one off.
Oh, whoops.
Easy.
There you go.
Thing's a ding. How's it looking there?
There's no leaves that fell down. It's just nice chuck full of carbon. It's beautiful.
Love
all
it.
black in there.
Adds power.
Mm-hmm. We're going to definitely need to get this thing hot and clean all that out.
We got the exhaust out. We got the torque converter bolts off. All the motor mounts are undone. This puppy's ready to come out until we realized we forgot a chain. So we went in the car. We cut this seat belt out of it, and we're going to see if it can hold a motor 10 feet in the air. It might need to come out before it goes up to come out of the whole bell housing and torque converter pocket. So we might need to pull it forward.
Oh, there we go. Dude!
That wasn't as bad as I thought.
There we go.
We should have brought our cab removal kit.
Yeah, we should
We
have.
left that at home.
Ah! Yes! Dude, let's go! This is freaking awesome. That took us just under 2 hours. That's probably the quickest one that we've ever done. And once again, Utah Pick Apart in Orem comes through for us.
Seems like we've been going through a ton of degreaser on this project. And we actually read the comments about people saying oven cleaners and crap like that's way better than this stuff. But we forgot. We're just back to the O'Reilly degreaser.
We pulled all the accessories brackets off the front of it and the motor mounts and everything off the side so we can get all the nooks and crannies. We don't have any rags to stuff in where we don't want water to get, so we're just gonna have to be careful. But we're thinking that this puppy's gonna turn out looking brand new after she's got a good wash. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I had to take the day off yesterday because I was puking my guts out. That's the last time I get sushi from that gas station. But the cool part is my two brothers were absolutely making it happen in the shop while I was gone.
It's only the second week in February and Caleb's already used all of his unpaid PTO. But while he was at home with the sniffles, I got this thing painted orange. It was all taken apart. I inspected all of it. The motor looks freaking awesome. So the motor's almost ready to go.
The sick thing about LS motors is they're just like potatoes. You can do anything with them. On our way back from Salt Lake, we picked up this LS2 Corvette intake. And the cool thing is, look at how much room that's saving us. You pop this puppy on, and you just cut like 4 or 5 inches off of this thing.
That looks pretty sick.
It totally just Gucci'd this motor right up. It makes it look high dollar.
The other thing that we're gonna do to conserve on height is buy a really shallow F-body oil pan that's gonna take us from here to like up here. So we're gonna save another like 3 or 4 inches down there.
And in total, this motor should be from top to bottom right around 26, 27 inches, which is like 10 inches shorter than any of the diesel motors that we could find.
While these two goofs were screwing around at the junkyard this week, I actually got something done. We had to put this beam in here because we're spanning so far in the loft to be able to hold it up so it doesn't sag. And when I work on my Jeep, I forget it's here, and I've smacked my head on it a couple of times, so I said enough's enough. So I had to build this chain apparatus to hang from the ceiling so the beam doesn't sag. One of our super awesome subscribers gave us this stuff, so all I had to do was make 2 brackets to hold it up there. And the last thing that I've got to do is bolt this to the beam, put the D-ring through here, and hopefully this thing actually holds up and does what I planned it to do.
I don't know how on earth he got that to work, but that is gonna be so cool.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think this is going to work? Not my, you think, I don't know. A 10 is like, yeah, it'll work for sure.
Well, I did typical Peck Brother fashion. I made it, measured once, cut twice or 3 times, got it all done, welded up, painted, and now I'm gonna check, and it's probably not gonna work. Well, it's a little loose. It's not supposed to be like that. That was bad measuring. But we're gonna lift this thing up with the forklift, pull the piece of wood out, and see how much Alex is thinking it's gonna sag. But it's showing 114 right now. It ain't gonna sag more than a 1/4 inch, no way. Our problem here is it's got leverage on the side, and when we're picking it up, it's twisting our beam. I was hoping all the wood and everything all tied together would hold it, and they're just...
I don't even want to know how many people are going to be in the comment section right now saying, obviously that's going to be the case.
I don't want to hear about it, okay? I don't.
Just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to see if this chain's tight. You know, I'm not going to say it's loose. I don't really know what to think.
That was so much work, and it's honestly so sick.
Yeah, it ain't getting taken down. It's just getting added to. I feel like it'll come to me in the shower. That's usually when my good ideas arise. So I'll probably go take a shower.
Tomorrow.
We've been grinding out YouTube videos for 2 years straight, and every now and again something will happen, and I dang near need to pinch myself because it's just too good to be real. We got 2 deliveries this morning at the same time. Look at this.
We got a fresh set of 43-inch sticky tires straight from Interco and 2 sets of 20-inch Raceline beadlocks. I can't even believe it.
Dude, young Brady, Caleb, and Alex seeing this right now, like, we're just so grateful that you guys help us live this dream, because this is absolutely our dream and we're loving it.
This stack of wheels and tires is our statue of David in this shop.
I don't know what this has to do with the statue of David.
It's just gorgeous.
I would 10 times rather look at this than the statue of David.
Man.
If you took 2 seconds to count that stack, there is 6 of them. And you might be like hoping, kind of like I'm hoping, that we were going to do a 6-wheel drive mini truck, but it ain't going to happen. 2 of those 43s are for the next project that we have in the works. And the other 4 brand new freshies are for the mini truck. But we got to be careful because I think Alex thinks he's getting a set of 20s and he ain't.
Both Raceline and Interco have literally supported the channel from the beginning. And over the years, we've ran a ton of their products, and we've been nothing but freaking happy with their products. Dang.
That wheel is unreal, dude.
Are sick.
Those are nuts, dude. Pull that thing out of there for the fine people at home to see.
Holy crap.
Put it on that box. Put it on the box sideways.
What are you doing?
Who's thumping him? Oh my gosh.
Beautiful. Dude, they're huge.
I can't even wait to see what that looks like inside of these Super Swampers.
Holy flip.
Dude, these wheels look so good on this thing.
Oh, why is this truck way cooler than our Jeeps?
The problem is now it looks too expensive to be a mini truck. Like we're gonna beat this thing and use it. It looks like it belongs in SEMA now.
Next step is to pull this bed off and see if our measurements actually work and see if this motor fits.
Yeah, because if it doesn't fit, that was a whole lot of flipping work for no reason, and then we're really in big trouble. So we have to get this thing to fit. Bring your forehead over here and let's get this thing up.
Table for me. You guys can't touch. Dude, there's no way we're lifting that thing with this.
No, I don't think so
No
either, but
way.
we've got to at least scoot it back.
I think we can scoot back.
Oh,
That's probably good.
So we're getting rid of this, right?
At some point.
So we've got to probably cut this off.
So we can get that motor in there.
Well, this looks like eggs.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
That's been bugging me, so we need to figure out some cool...
We don't
I
have
won't
time
say
for that.
cool.
We got to figure out how the motor's going to fit. So I'm thinking about maybe even taking these cross members off and just getting it, up in there like that.
we've got a lot of stuff in our way.
Yeah, we do. I was kind of hoping this thing would just slide in and we would know. Alex, get to work. While Alex is pulling those cross members off, I think Brady's actually going to get his pliers to cut the rear cross member on the cab off. But I feel like I need to answer a couple of questions that we get in the comments over and over and over. The first one is, we indeed are all 3 blood brothers from the same mom and same dad. We think.
The biggest question that I swear we get the most is, what is Dean?
Oh, that's a good one. That was the next one. So a dean is like the best of all time. Like the dean of a college calls all the shots. He's the headmaster, top dude. So when it's a dean, it's the best there is.
Yeah, but that's not even where it came from.
No.
College has nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
None of us got through college.
No, absolutely not.
Dean, it's a family thing. We've always said it. That's just a dean.
Yep. Synonyms are perfect, excellent, the number one,
The best.
the best. Yeah, anyway, that's what Dean means. Really, the third question we get asked 24/7 is when Brady's Jeep's gonna get done, and the answer to that's probably never. Well, there's our Q&A for the day. We got a question for you. Do you guys like the 20-inch wheels on the mini truck or the 17-inch wheels more? Leave your answer in the comments. We're curious to know what you guys think. So these two actually came up with a decent idea for the first time. We're going to lift the whole motor on the stand up and put it right in between the frame rails, because sitting on the stand, it's pretty much the perfect height. So we'll see if this actually works.
Holy cow, mini truck motor. That's all I can go in, by the way.
Looks like the stand doesn't want to go in with the motor, so we got to pull the motor off the stand.
Perfect.
That worked like a charm.
Well, it might need to go. The cap might need to come off.
Hey. Hey. Dude.
$43.5 right there.
We'll go down here. So we've got a
20?
21-inch drive shaft. That's what Caleb's is.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That'll work.
That's great.
It's not like we're having 3 feet of travel back there.
It's freaking awesome that the rear driveline is going to work. It's going to be long enough. This whole drivetrain is going to work perfect. The problem is all of the parts that we need to get the motor mounted are on their way and won't be here till next week. The other problem is the adapter that we have on the front of our 241C transfer case does not mate up to the back of a Turbo 400, so we need to find another adapter before we can make a tranny mount anyway.
So this side is what bolts onto the transfer case, and this side is what needs to bolt to the transmission. And this only has 4 bolts. It's for like a half ton, like a 700 R4, a Turbo 350, to where the Turbo 400 has 6 bolts. So we've got to find, I think it's a 205 adapter that works for a Turbo 400 that also has the same pattern as the 241. So if anybody has one, hit us up. We need one. And yeah.
You have anything to add to that? That was beautiful.
I don't know how to end it. So for everybody that was like gung-ho about the diesel going in this thing, you've got to look and just get with us how well this thing actually fits underneath this seat. When we weren't kidding when we were talking, it needs to be wider, not as tall. This thing is going to work perfect with headers. The intake's flat. We're going to be able to all 3 be in here. We might even be able to fit Dad, Mom. We're not very big people, so...
We were hoping to get this whole motor and transmission setup mounted in this video, but as usual, we're way behind schedule. We have a bunch of stuff that's going to get delivered next week, and we're gonna freaking hit it hard. Is that good?
Yeah.